Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's time to grab a cup of joe and enjoy the show. We are continuing our Black History Month Business Spotlight, and today I visit Johnny Ox Pizzeria at Electric Works and speak with their owner about being the first Black-owned pizzeria in Fort Wayne. Then it's Wealth Wednesday, and Foster Financial is here to discuss local and global layoffs around different companies and how that can impact your retirement. And later, the Hoosier Lottery joins me to give us details about their newest Cash Blitz promotion. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
I am at Johnny Ox Pizzeria located at Electric Works, and today I'm going to talk with their owner, learn how their artisan pizza is made, and of course, give it a taste. Joining me now is the founder and owner of Johnny Ox Pizza, Johnny Bojanoff. Hello, Johnny.
Hey,
how's
how are
it
you
going?
doing? Great. Thanks
Good.
for stopping by, Jessica.
Yes, absolutely. So your pizzeria is pretty historic in a sense that you are the only Black-owned pizzeria in Fort Wayne.
Most
Congratulations.
definitely, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and you're here at Electric Works, which is a great location, got the sun shining in. So tell me, what made you open up this pizza place?
Well, I looked at some of the other locations around. I had kind of a more sophisticated or more technical type of a concept that I was going to do. The spaces on the other side of the hall from where I'm at now just didn't seem feasible. And then coming out of COVID, the economy, where that was going, and then the high school kids. I found out there was going to be a pizza vendor in here, and I've always been passionate about making pizza since culinary school. So I thought that would be the easiest type of operation to execute as far as everybody can afford it. It's great for families, and I could put out a nice from scratch product. So
right, yeah, you have to have a pizza place. Gotta have a pizza place.
Like in these type of places, I was just surprised that there wasn't one, so I jumped on it, and so I ditched the one concept for this one, which has been good for us so far.
Yeah, and just that concept, throwing those things around is interesting because you are a chef, so you do have different backgrounds and cuisine expertise. So you could have opened up several different types of restaurants.
Exactly.
So you went with pizza. So talk to me more about your passion for pizza and what people can expect here that's different from a different pizzeria.
Well, I've always been passionate about like artisan bread baking. So I had worked with bread for many years now. When I was in culinary school, I was working on the northeast side of Portland in Oregon, and I wanted to get a job closer to home. So I was on the west side in Beaverton, and every time I would go to the local Fred Meyer Big Bear, I would smell this wood burning from an upper scale Italian restaurant called La Prima Trattoria. And one day I went in after lunch service to sell my bread baking skills. And I met the chef that day. He hired me, brought me in, and we started working on some breads and whatnot, pastries, and then that's where the passion began. What's specific about it is long, slow fermentation, doing all the charcuterie in-house as far as getting pork butts in, Cuban seasoning, grinding them up, 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and one of the most crucial parts is cooking on that stone.
Yes.
Above 600, 625 degrees. It's something that a conveyor belt type oven can't replicate.
Yeah.
There's this synergy that happens when the crust hits that hot surface. And then again, the 100% mozzarella, the organic flour and the tomato that we use are all, shine in the product, I believe.
Yeah, and I know that you aim to be original and unique in the products that you offer here. And so tell me about some of the pizza selections that people can get when they come in.
Well, I did want to kind of defer from like the old school Italian family-owned pizzeria shop that we all have heard about or know, or some of us have had a pleasure of going into. So I didn't want to get too eccentric with them, but we do have some creative, unique pizzas here. Specifically, possibly the Angel's Peruvian chicken, which kind of draws on those Latin flavors from the other concept that I was going to do. Slow roasted chicken, the ají green sauce, the indigenous Peruvian piquant chili red pepper. Then there's the green ox, kind of stems from my daughter's love of basil. I made a sauce out of that. I have two children, but she's that one.
Wait, on
and
the
then
what?
we have a seasoned ricotta, whole milk mozzarella, roasted mushrooms in the house, and spinach. And then we have the classics: Italian sausage, the Ezel pepperonis. Always going to do really well. But we have a rotating menu. Actually, we'll run a pie for a while. We have one currently on now, named after a loyal customer. And then once that runs its course, we'll do something else creative to keep the creative juices flowing. So, outside of some of the standards, the couple signature pizzas that we have, you can always pretty much find something new that you won't find anywhere else. So.
Yeah. And so when people taste your pizza, what is the biggest reaction or response that you get when you see people take that bite?
It's about the crust. I mean, now that we've been here for a year, I've had a chance to dial in the humidity, the atmosphere, as far as, and then the amount of hydration in my dough based off of the tool that we've had a chance to work with over a year. So I'm going for crispy, thin, crunchy. There's some other textural elements that are in there. It would be nice for everyone to get it right hot off the stone here. There's nothing like it, but we box plenty of them up to go as well. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys, look at this, fresh out of the oven, 2 different types of pizza from Johnny Ox Pizzeria. I'm gonna start with the green ox. It looks so good. Big, huge slices, by the way. This first one, the green ox, is so delicious. The flavor of the pesto comes out immediately. It's hot. It's like a thin crust, so it's crispy, but it also has enough thickness to it to not make the pizza fall, which is great. The flavor combination is so wonderful. This may be my favorite one, and I haven't even tasted the other one yet. Next here, this fun Italian flair one. Here we go. Look how big these slices are, by the way. Okay, this one is good. Very creative in the flavor choices. You get some chicken on there if you like that. Like I said, very generous sizes. But if I had to choose, guys, this green ox, this is the one. So I'm gonna continue to enjoy this. Okay, so what are your hours here? How can people come in and try out? I know that you have certain times that you give slices and full pies.
Full pies all day, 11 to 9, Monday through Saturday. We do slices from 11 to 2 and 4 to 6 on those days. Sunday, we are currently 11 to 6, and then I've extended the hours, and I'm going on the slices, that is, from 11 to 3 on that day.
Awesome. Well, so good to talk with you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate it.
And if you would like more information about Johnny Ox Pizzeria, you can actually come by Electric Works and give it a taste, and also check out their website that's listed below. We'll be right back.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday, giving you holistic financial and retirement advice from Foster Financial. And joining me today is their Vice President, Caleb Doan. Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. We're kind of matching.
Yeah, there we
Caleb.
go.
We got our blue going.
Exactly.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about the layoffs, right? The recent layoffs. It's so crazy. I feel like so many companies are going through this. And I think the one that really hit my mind this week was Paramount Global laying off 800 employees after the day after the Super Bowl, where they hit these major numbers. What is happening?
I know. Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's weird because we'll see some information where unemployment is kind of it's very, very low right now. Inflation is still higher than what people anticipate, but the stock market is still high. So, I mean, there's a lot of kind of conflicting information, but we've seen a lot of these kind of news reports come across where companies are laying off kind of big swaths of their employer base or employee base. The one that kind of caught my mind, which is a local company, is Lincoln Financial. I think I saw a couple days ago that they were laying off like 5% of their workforce. And obviously that has huge ramifications on somebody's financial state. And so I thought it'd be helpful to maybe touch on some of the key things to look at, if you were part of that 5%.
Right. Because as you said, the financial impact is there. And the unfortunate thing is it's pretty immediate, right?
Oh, yeah. Right.
And so what should people know? And really the key takeaways if this happens to them?
Yeah. So, I mean, the first thing that everyone starts doing is looking for another job, right? Yeah. So, I mean, almost nobody needs to be reminded, like, hey, that's number one priority. There's usually the longest lead time in order to get that. So, I mean, you're going through an interview process and all of that. So, getting started on that certainly makes sense. I'd say it's probably the next 2 or 3 steps that usually maybe gets pushed under the rug a little bit.
Yeah.
The second one that comes to mind is taking a look at your life insurance.
Okay.
Because most of the time, the vast majority of somebody's life insurance is through a group term insurance policy at their work. And so a lot of employers, Lincoln included, they have a group term policy that just comes with you being an employee.
Right.
And oftentimes it's 100% of your annual salary, that's the life insurance you get, or maybe it's 200% of that or whatever it is. And the company oftentimes pays for that. And then you have the ability to get supplemental insurance on top of that, but again, it's through the company. And so usually when you separate from service, the policy that the company's paying for goes away right away.
Wow.
And the policy that you are paying for through your paycheck, you're no longer getting a paycheck, so you can't pay for that policy anymore.
Yes.
And so that goes away as well. So taking a look at like a term policy that you can have outside of work is usually a really good first step.
Okay, to just have something set up immediately. So not so much people need to have a dual policy. Like if you're still employed, keep that in your employer's life insurance. But in the event something happens, the first thing you need to do is make sure you're protected.
Yeah, I'd take a look at that first. And even if you are still working and you have a policy through your employer, I mean, nowadays people are switching jobs on average, every 3 to 5 years. And so a lot of times people are saying, hey, I don't want to have to deal with getting a new policy at every single place I go to, signing up for the new benefits. Instead, I'm just going to have a policy outside of work that can follow me wherever I go. So that can be a good thing to look at. And then the next thing to take a look at would probably be your 401k, your retirement plan. I've seen a lot of scenarios with people switching jobs so often where they'll get 20 years into their career and they have probably 4 delinquent 401ks out there. Oh, wow. And so, that's a good thing to take a look at. Obviously, you're no longer contributing to those old accounts. And most of the time, you're not managing them either. You're not changing the investments. You're not rebalancing it. And so when you separate from service, whether that's a layoff or whether that's you switching roles, you have the ability to do a couple things with that 401k. You could roll it to an IRA with like an outside financial advisor. And again, it can stay at that advisor regardless of what new employer you go to. Or you could roll it to your new 401k account with your new employer. So either of those can be good options.
So you kind of mentioned possibly having different 401ks at different employers. So if you were to roll those over, would they all roll into one account with your financial advisor, or does it have to be separated?
Yeah, it can all go into one, which that's really nice for the people who like to be kind of organized out there. I know it's something where you might be great at organizing, but maybe the financial side of the organization, you're like, I just don't want to touch that. But yeah, you can take 4 401ks, you could put them all into one IRA, and that way that money can kind of have a cohesive strategy. And that's one of the things when people retire, or even just on their way to retirement, they really like to get organized with that and say, hey, I want all this under one roof with one cohesive strategy, all working towards my goal of retirement.
Yeah, and this is good, I think, for anyone who's employed to just keep at top of mind, to have your paperwork, your account, and your financial understanding in order.
Right.
So that in the event that a layoff happens, unfortunately, because it's unpredictable, right?
Yeah.
You have more control over your options. And so for everyone right now, what is it that they can do? Should they try to gain access to all their accounts, create a folder? You know, how can people really just try to manage the process right now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, usually there's like an employee benefits website that you can kind of go on and you can view everything that you had access to. So you can see your 401k, you can see your life insurance, your supplemental life insurance. And a lot of times that stuff has gone away, at least the life insurance piece if you've separated from service. So getting that stuff organized, and then just if you don't know exactly what to do, go and talk to somebody and see, hey, what are going to be the best next steps for my plan personally,
Right.
because it's a huge transition, and so being able to make the right steps there can be really helpful.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Caleb. You have been helpful.
Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes. Foster Financial offers complimentary consultations to help assess your holistic financial strategy. Their number is listed below, so give them a call, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by the Hoosier Lottery. Football season may be over, but the Hoosier Lottery has just released the Blitz. Today, we're talking to our friend Sarah Taylor, the executive director of the Hoosier Lottery, about some fun new ways to play. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, thanks for having me today.
Yes, you're so welcome. It's so good to see you again. Okay, can you tell us more about the new Cash Blitz scratch-offs?
Absolutely. We know that scratch-offs are popular with Hoosier adults, so we're excited to launch the Cash Blitz scratch-off family of tickets. They're loaded with fun and excitement and lots of prizes. There are 4 tickets ranging from $1 to $10, and they're now available for individuals 18 and older.
Okay, and I understand that the non-winning Cash Blitz scratch-offs are eligible for the second chance drawing, right?
That's totally right. Players can use the Hoosier Lottery mobile app or go to HoosierLottery.com and enter any of those non-winning Cash Blitz scratch-offs into a My Second Chance promotion for opportunities to win up to $500.
Wow, that sounds like so much fun. Okay, what other types of fun games can players have with Cash Blitz?
So the fun continues. Members of our exclusive My Lottery loyalty program can play Blitz Bros Big Spin on the Hoosier Lottery's website to gain daily entries for a chance to win a Hoosier Lottery prize pack valued at $500. Visit HoosierLottery.com to give Blitz Bros Big Spin a go.
Yes, and here at Wayne, we're also getting into the fun with our weekend giveaways. We're giving away 1 prize pack each weekday through February 23rd. So there's still time to go and enter. Simply go to our website, wayne.com, to register.
That's right, and the Hoosier Lottery is proud to partner with Wayne to give away 10 Hoosier Lottery prize packs worth $50 each to those who register on your website.
And you know, Sarah, it's so hard to believe that the Hoosier Lottery sold its first scratch-off over 34 years ago. Can you tell us more about where that money goes?
That's right, absolutely. It was in 1989 that we sold that first ticket. and we're proud to have contributed more than $7 billion to good causes in Indiana. So that's the Teachers Retirement Fund, the local police and firefighter pensions, and our lottery surplus fund.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us today. I love to hear about the exciting new ways to win with Cash Blitz scratch-offs.
Thank you so much for having me, and we love to remind our Hoosiers that they must be 18 and older to play and to keep their play positive by setting a limit, knowing their game, and keeping it fun.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you would like more information about the Hoosier Lottery, we'll have their website listed below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by the Hoosier Lottery.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, you can catch up on full episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com and also by downloading the WANE app. And I'll leave you with this. It's never too late to live your best life, so start living it today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.